Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive?
Always.
Well, today we're going to tackle the economic impact of generative AI.
Sounds like fun.
And we're using some awesome material from Andrew McAfee.
Oh, yeah. McAfee, his latest report, is amazing.
Yeah, this guy's a visiting fellow at Google,
Right.
and he co-founded MIT's initiative on the digital economy.
Super smart guy.
He's really making waves by arguing that generative AI is not just like a cool new tech toy.
No.
It's what he calls a general purpose technology.
Uh-huh.
Like the steam engine or electricity.
Like those things that completely change.
Like revolutionize economies.
Exactly.
So you're saying we're not just talking about,
Nope.
automating a few tasks.
Yeah.
We're talking about huge shifts.
Potentially.
Like seismic shifts.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
And what makes these general purpose technologies so powerful is that they don't just improve quickly.
Right.
But they spread really fast.
Yeah.
And they lead to a bunch of other innovations.
Can you give me an example of how this is playing out, like, in real life?
Yeah, absolutely.
With generative AI?
McAfee's report highlights some awesome productivity gains that are happening right now across tons of different fields. Like there was one study that found that call center workers who are using AI, they were able to solve something like 14% more issues.
Wow.
Every hour.
Okay.
And
so that's a big jump.
It's a huge jump. And it wasn't
That's awesome.
like years in the making.
Right.
That was within just a month.
Wow.
Of them using the AI.
So those predictions about AI boosting productivity,
Yes.
they're becoming real.
Yeah, it's not just predictions anymore.
Yeah.
We're seeing management consultants using generative AI to finish tasks 25% faster.
Wow.
And with like 40% higher quality on average.
Wow. Okay, so it's faster and better.
Yeah, and coders are completing projects a ridiculous 56% faster.
Right.
Using AI pair programming tools. Okay.
And even writers saw a 37% increase.
So this is across the board.
Yeah, across the board.
This is amazing.
And there was a noticeable bump in quality for them, too.
These are huge numbers.
Yeah.
It seems like generative AI is becoming like everyone's secret weapon for getting work done.
So it's like this superpower.
But I have a question.
Yeah.
These types of technologies usually take decades.
Right.
To really
to fully impact.
To change the economy.
Yeah, to really change things.
Is it possible that things could move faster this time?
McAfee thinks so.
Okay.
He thinks it could be different this time. And he has some really compelling arguments.
Okay.
Like, for one, we already have the digital infrastructure.
Okay.
Think about it.
Yeah.
These new AI tools can spread globally so fast.
At the speed of the internet.
Yes, exactly. So you don't have to
lay down telegraph wires?
Yeah, no telegraph wires.
Or build power plants?
No power plants.
Right.
Businesses and people can use these technologies really quickly.
So it's like the on-ramp is already built.
It's already there.
And AI is just hitting the gas.
Yeah, it's ready to go.
But even if it's easy to get,
yeah,
isn't there still a learning curve?
That's a good point.
People need to learn how to use this stuff, right?
Right. But that's another reason McAfee thinks things could move faster.
Okay.
Generative AI is surprisingly user-friendly.
Okay.
You just talk to it.
Oh?
You use natural language.
You don't need to know code.
You don't need to know complex code.
Wow.
So anyone who can talk
can
potentially use AI.
That's amazing. Yeah. So it's not just for tech people.
No.
Or data scientists.
No, really.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
But is it realistic to think that this could impact
totally
a lot of different jobs?
It really is.
Like a wide range?
Research suggests that generative AI will touch almost every job in some way.
Yeah.
One study estimated that almost 80% of U.S. jobs could see at least 10% of their tasks being done twice as fast with AI.
So this isn't just about, robots and factories.
No, it's much bigger.
It's changing how we work.
It's transforming how we work.
In every job?
Across the board, yeah.
From translators to
public relations.
Public relations.
It's pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah, that's a big change.
It is.
So it's less about replacing jobs?
Exactly.
And more about...
It's about changing how we work.
Yeah.
And it's about creating new jobs.
Creating new jobs that we
haven't even thought of yet.
Haven't even imagined.
Right.
Wow.
And one of the hallmarks of a general purpose technology is its ability to spark new innovations.
Okay.
And we're already seeing this with generative AI.
Like what?
Like how Google DeepMind is combining generative AI with robotics. Their goal is to make robots that people can control with simple language.
Wow.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
You could just tell a robot, hey, grab my coffee.
That's
instead of writing complex code.
Like a sci-fi movie.
I know, right?
Are we really that advanced?
The early results are really cool. These robots are already doing basic reasoning.
Like what?
Like when researchers asked a robot, I need to hammer a nail, what object from the scene might be useful? The robot picked a rock instead of a piece of paper.
Wow. So it's like...
It's pretty amazing.
Thinking for itself.
Yeah, it's learning to think.
It's not just about generating text or images anymore.
It's going beyond that.
It's going to the next level.
Yeah, definitely.
What else?
There are so many other cool innovations.
Yeah.
Like a team of business school professors used generative AI to streamline the development of an online game.
An online game?
Yeah, an entrepreneurship game.
What kind of game?
It was to teach people, about entrepreneurship.
Got it.
And they basically had the AI act like a consultant.
Wait, so the AI was giving business advice?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it gave feedback from the perspective of an MBA student.
Seriously?
Yeah. And it even created prototype web pages.
This is amazing.
And what's really impressive is that a process that normally took weeks was done in a single day.
Wow.
With the AI.
So we're talking about a massive boost in productivity.
A huge boost.
A shift in what jobs are in demand.
Totally. And a wave of new innovations.
New innovations that
we can't even predict.
We don't even know about yet.
Right.
It's a lot to process.
It is a lot.
But it also raises some questions.
Big questions.
About what this means for all of us.
For all of us, yeah.
For the listener.
Exactly.
What are the real world
economic
implications of all this?
Yeah, like how is this going to affect it?
Yeah, like if generative AI spreads this quickly.
How will it affect our jobs?
Our lives, our wallets.
Our lives, our wallets, everything.
Everything.
Okay, so let's get into it.
Let's dive in.
Let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Nitty-gritty.
One of the most obvious implications is economic growth.
Right.
Like faster economic growth.
Yeah, Goldman Sachs predicts that generative AI could add 0.4 percentage points to U.S. GDP growth over the next decade.
Wow.
And while that may sound like a boring statistic, it actually means better standards of living and overall well-being for people.
So it's like a ripple effect.
It is.
Where economic growth powered by AI could lead to improvements in everyone's lives.
That's the idea.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, it does.
But there's another side to this.
There's always another side.
Like any big technological change, it also means changes in
changes in the types of jobs, the skills we need, and even how wages are determined.
Okay, now we're getting into the territory.
Yeah.
That makes people nervous.
A little bit.
Will generative AI lead to
the big question?
Mass unemployment?
Everyone wants to know.
Will robots steal our jobs?
That's what we'll talk about in the second part of our deep dive.
Okay, so stay tuned.
We'll be right back.
Okay, so we're back. And
PR.
Before we jumped into those big questions about jobs and all that, we were talking about how generative AI is boosting productivity and leading to these really cool innovations.
Super cool.
It's kind of like standing at the edge of...
I like that analogy.
A new frontier.
It is like that.
It's exciting, but also a little scary.
Yeah, a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Because it's such a big change.
Right, like we don't know what's going to happen.
It's a lot of unknowns.
Yeah.
But that's what's so interesting about it.
Right, and one of the things that McAfee talks about is how this shift could impact the job market.
Right.
Like everyone's wondering.
Yeah, everyone's asking.
What skills are going to matter most?
In an AI world. Yeah.
Like, is it all about coding now?
Right. Or are
those soft skills?
Yeah, are those soft skills
becoming more important?
Yeah.
That's a great question.
It is.
And I think you're hitting on a really important point.
Okay.
AI is great at certain tasks, but there are still things that humans are much better at.
Like what?
Think about those things that make us human.
Okay.
Like complex decision-making.
Okay.
Critical thinking. Emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
The ability to adapt to new situations.
Okay.
Those are going to be in high demand.
So it's not just about working alongside AI. It's about
being able to do. The things that AI can't do.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
It does.
But will this create a divide then?
Oh, that's a good question.
Between people who can adapt and those who can't.
That is a real concern.
Yeah. And McAfee talks about this potential for what he calls a hollowing out of the labor force.
A hollowing out.
Yeah, basically.
What does that mean?
We tend to see growth in both low-wage jobs and high-wage jobs.
Okay.
But middle-income jobs, especially those that are routine, they get squeezed.
Okay.
They're more likely to be automated.
So if AI can do those routine tasks, the demand for those middle skill jobs,
it could go down.
would decrease.
Oh,
That's a little unsettling.
It is unsettling, and it's something we need to be proactive about.
So what can we do?
It's not just about retraining people for different jobs. It's about giving them the skills to thrive.
In a world with AI.
In a world where AI is everywhere.
Okay.
It's almost like we all need to become fluent in AI.
Fluent in AI.
Yep. Regardless of our job.
I like that.
Right.
Okay. So fluent in AI.
Yeah.
But how do we even...
That's the question.
Where do we even begin?
Where do we start?
Especially for people who are already working.
Yeah.
They can't just go back to school.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And this is where it gets interesting.
Okay.
McAfee suggests that generative AI itself could be a tool for upskilling.
Wait, so the technology that's causing some of these disruptions could also be part of the solution.
Exactly. It's kind of a mind-blowing thought.
It is mind-blowing. You could think of it as a personalized, on-demand learning platform.
So it's like having a teacher.
It is.
Available 24/7.
24/7.
That's awesome.
And it's particularly fascinating because research has shown that generative AI is really good at helping entry-level workers.
Really?
And less skilled workers.
I would think it would be the opposite.
Yeah.
You would think.
You would think it would be more beneficial.
You'd think it would be for experts.
For people who are already experts.
Right.
Why does it seem to benefit?
That's a good question.
Entry-level employees more.
It's because those are the people
Okay.
who have the most questions
Right.
and need access to a lot of information.
Okay.
And generative AI is great at providing that information instantly.
So it's like having a virtual mentor
It is.
who can answer any question.
Any question, anytime.
That would change everything.
Would change everything for learning and development.
Okay, so that's awesome for upskilling.
Right.
But what about the people whose jobs are
Right. What about the people
directly affected?
whose jobs might be automated?
Yeah. Is there anything we can do to help them?
That's where things get tricky.
Yeah.
But McAfee has a suggestion.
Okay, what is it?
He says we should look at what we did during the pandemic. Remember all those income support programs?
Yeah.
Governments all over the world helped people.
When the economy tanked?
When the economy was struggling.
Yeah.
Those same programs could be helpful now to help people transition to new jobs or learn new skills if their jobs go away.
So it's about giving people a safety net.
A safety net, exactly.
While they adapt.
While they adapt.
And learn new things.
Yes.
It seems like there's a lot that has to go right.
There is.
For this to work out.
It's not going to be easy.
For everyone.
It's going to take effort from everyone.
Okay, so what needs to happen?
What needs to happen?
Specifically.
Well, for one, education needs to change.
Okay, how so?
It's not enough
to
just teach coding or technical skills.
Right.
We need to teach critical thinking.
Okay.
Adaptability.
Right.
A love of learning.
So it's about
equipping people.
Equipping people for a world.
Read the skills.
Where AI is everywhere.
For a world with AI.
So it's not about fearing AI.
No, it's about understanding it.
Understanding it.
And using it for good.
Yeah.
And on a larger scale, we need to think about the big implications of this technology.
Like what kind of implications?
What should we be watching out for?
Yeah, what should we be keeping an eye on?
As AI gets more powerful, one big question is, which countries are going to lead the way?
Okay, in AI.
In this new AI world.
Yeah.
Historically, the countries that are innovative have done really well. They've gained economic and political power.
So it's not just about having the technology.
It's not just about the tech.
You have to create an environment.
You need the right environment.
Where it can flourish.
Where innovation can thrive.
Okay, so what kind of environment?
Countries that are investing in research education, and creating good regulations.
Regulations
that balance innovation with other things. Those countries are going to be the leaders.
Okay, that makes sense.
It does.
But what about the concerns about mass unemployment?
The big one.
Yeah, this comes up every time there's a new technology.
Right.
Could this time be different?
Could generative AI
could it lead to
massive job losses?
Job losses that are faster?
Yeah, that are faster
than the creation of new jobs.
That's the worry.
Yeah.
McAfee actually talks about this.
Okay.
And he uses a really interesting example from the field of radiology.
Radiology?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with
It's a great example
AI and jobs?
Of how complex this issue is.
Okay.
So about 10 years ago, everyone was saying that AI was going to replace radiologists.
Really?
Yeah, it seemed like AI was getting really good.
At reading x-rays and stuff.
At interpreting medical images.
Yeah.
Which is what radiologists do.
So it sounded like radiologists were going to be
out of a job.
Replaced by machines.
Replaced by robots.
Okay.
And to some extent, AI has changed radiology. But here's the thing. The demand for radiologists didn't go down.
It didn't.
It didn't.
It actually went up.
Wait, so even though AI could do some of their work, they needed more radiologists.
They needed more humans.
That's so weird.
It is counterintuitive.
Yeah.
And it shows us something important.
What's that?
Generative AI, at least right now, has limitations.
Okay.
It's good at some things, but it can't do everything.
Right.
It can't replace
all the skills,
human skills,
judgment
that you need in complex jobs.
So there are still areas humans are better than AI.
At least for now.
Even as AI gets more advanced.
Yes.
So it's not about replacing humans with machines.
It's more complicated than that.
It's more nuanced.
Much more nuanced.
So the focus should be on developing AI that helps humans. AI that helps humans.
Not replaces them.
Not replaces them.
Okay, that sounds a lot.
It's a more optimistic view.
Yeah.
But even if AI isn't going to take all our jobs, the future of work is going to look different.
So how do we prepare for that?
That's the big question.
Yeah.
And that's what we'll talk about in the final part of our deep dive.
All right, so stay tuned. And we're back for the final part.
The grand finale.
Of our deep dive into generative AI in the economy.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground.
We really have. It's been a journey.
It has.
But now, it's time to shift gears a bit.
Okay.
From understanding the what.
For what?
To exploring the how.
With how, okay.
How do we actually navigate this? This AI-powered future?
The big question.
So let's get practical.
Okay, let's do it.
If you're listening to this, you're probably wondering, what can I do?
What can I do to get ready?
To get ready for this new world.
For this new world of work.
So what are some things
some concrete steps.
Yeah, like some real things.
Real things you can do.
That people can do to not just survive.
Right, not just survive.
But thrive.
But thrive.
In this changing world.
In this crazy world.
One of the most important things.
Yes.
Is to cultivate.
Okay.
A mindset of lifelong learning.
Lifelong learning, that's key.
So it's not enough to just get your degree and be done.
No.
You have to keep learning.
You got to keep learning.
And evolving.
Constantly evolving.
To stay ahead of the curve.
Stay ahead of the game.
Right. Because
the skills you have today.
Yeah. What's hot today?
Might not be useful tomorrow.
Might be obsolete tomorrow.
Exactly. So you got to be ready to adapt.
So embrace those online courses.
Online courses, yeah.
Workshops.
Conferences.
Anything that keeps you learning.
Keep learning, keep growing.
Keep your mind sharp.
Sharp mind.
And don't forget, generative AI itself.
AI can help you learn.
Can be a tool for learning. It's like
a superpowered
tutor.
Yeah.
Available 24/7.
24/7. We talked about that before.
I did.
How it can be like a virtual mentor.
A virtual mentor.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So you can use AI to research new fields.
Yeah.
Learn new software.
New software.
Even brush up on your language skills.
Anything.
The possibilities are endless.
They really are.
And this is where those soft skills
we
were talking about.
Soft skills.
They become even more important.
They're crucial.
Things like critical thinking.
Creativity.
Problem solving. Those are the skills that...
Those are the human skills.
Yeah, those human skills...
That'll set us apart.
That set us apart from the machines.
From the robots.
So focus on developing those human-centric abilities.
That's the key.
And you'll be in a good position.
You'll be ready.
For the jobs of the future.
So what
about the bigger picture? The big picture.
What can governments do?
Governments, institutions.
Institutions, yeah.
To help people adapt.
To all these changes.
Yeah. What can they do?
One key area is education.
Education, absolutely.
We need to rethink how we're preparing future generations.
The next generation.
For an AI world.
For this AI-powered world.
It's not just about teaching coding or technical skills.
Bigger than that.
It's about
fostering.
Fostering critical thinking.
Yes.
Adaptability.
Adaptability.
A love of learning.
A love of learning that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's about making sure people don't just know how to use AI.
Right.
But also understand.
Understand it.
Its implications.
Its implications.
Its potential pitfalls.
The downsides.
And its limitations.
And
just as important.
This is huge.
Is providing support.
The support for workers.
For workers who might lose their jobs.
Who might be displaced by automation.
By those robots.
Yeah, so this could include
income support programs.
Income support.
Retraining initiatives.
Retraining.
Job placement services.
Job placement.
It's about creating a safety net.
A safety net.
For people who are struggling.
As they go through these changes.
As they adapt.
Yeah. And making sure.
Making sure
everyone has the opportunity.
The opportunity to
succeed in this new economy.
In this new AI economy.
So it sounds like
it is
collaborative effort.
It's going to take everyone.
Individuals taking initiative.
Individuals.
Governments setting up support systems.
Governments.
And businesses providing training.
Businesses.
For their employees.
Everyone working together.
Everyone working together.
Yeah.
And McAfee's report points out. That countries
that have done well.
That have been successful.
With general purpose technology.
With these big technologies.
Yeah, they tend to have a few things in common.
Like what?
They have market-oriented economies.
Yeah.
Strong infrastructure.
Good education system. And importantly, a willingness to embrace change.
So you can't just have the technology.
No, you need the right mindset.
You need the right environment.
The right culture where innovation can happen.
And maybe most importantly.
This is key.
It's about fostering a culture.
A culture.
That values learning.
Adaptability.
Collaboration, working together. Yeah.
So it's not about seeing this technological shift.
AI revolution.
As a threat.
No, not a threat.
But as an opportunity.
To
create a better future.
A better future for everyone. That's the goal.
And that's what makes it so exciting.
It is exciting.
So thanks for joining us.
Thanks for listening.
On this deep dive.
We hope you enjoyed it.
Into generative AI and the economy.
It's a big topic.
We hope this episode has sparked your curiosity.
Sparked your interest. And given you some things to think about.
Things to ponder.
As we all figure this out together.
We're all in this together.
So until next time.
Keep
exploring.
Keep exploring.
Keep learning.
Keep learning.
And keep asking those big questions.